Hello there. Well, all looking pretty autumnal over the next 24 hours or so. We have some pretty strong winds to contend with through that time. An orange wind warning in force. We are likely to see gusts in the region of 50 miles per hour, especially so through this evening and overnight tonight. Out there at the moment, certainly it is still pretty blustery. Cloudy skies moving in from the west, some outbreaks of rain, and temperatures a bit of a struggle, up at around 15 Celsius at best. Through this evening and tonight then, those winds really whipping up, a spell of more persistent rain for a time as well. But of course, with all of that, temperatures staying on the very mild side, probably staying in the teens actually for most of us. Tomorrow morning, not the best of starts, wet and windy for many. Into the afternoon, still very blustery, but a mixture of sunny spells and scattered showers. Hello there. Well, it's been a relatively quiet weekend out there so far, but we do now have some rain moving in, and as a result, a yellow rain warning in force from the Met Office, carrying us through tonight and into the first few hours of tomorrow morning as well. So this is what's going on. Rain piling in from the west now, slowly working its way eastwards across all parts overnight. Quite persistent, locally heavy in places, and again the possibility of another inch or two on top of already saturated grounds and still some local flooding issues. That being said, with the strong winds as well and that rain, it will be a mild night. Temperatures for most of us staying in double figures. So tomorrow morning, not the best of starts for some, still the remnants of that cloud and rain on the scene. But as the day wears on, the rain will slowly move its way northwards. Behind it, much drier conditions following in. Some limited bright spells, but also the risk of one or two showers. And it stays pretty breezy, making it feel somewhat fresher than those temperatures might suggest. And of course, all that rain is tied up with an area of low pressure. Thankfully, that will continue on its journey eastwards overnight into Tuesday. Still a bit of rain coming our way for a time, but brighter skies to follow. Bye-bye. Hello there. Well, it may have been relatively quiet weather-wise so far this weekend, but we do have a yellow warning now in force for heavy rain. That's going to come our way overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning's rush hour as well. Already making some progress in from the west. That will work its way steadily eastwards through the next few hours, and overnight tonight for all of us it's going to be rather cloudy, rather wet, the rain turning quite persistent and locally heavy for a time. So maybe another inch or two of rain on top of already saturated ground. That being said, it will be a mild night with cloud, the rain and some fairly brisk winds, lows for many of us staying in double figures. So not the best of starts tomorrow. Lots of spray and standing water on the roads even where the rain clears, so tomorrow morning's rush hour potentially a bit tricky. But into the afternoon the rain will clear, and for all of us it should be much drier, perhaps some limited brightness as well. The wind's making it feel somewhat fresher than those temperatures might suggest though. And of course all of this is tied up with an area of low pressure. It will gradually clear away eastwards during the course of Tuesday, not before it brings us a little more rain. Thereafter though, through the rest of the middle part of the week, looking pretty quiet, bright spells and winds easing down too. Hello there. Well, things are still looking pretty autumnal out there, and they will continue to do so as we head through the rest of this evening and tonight. In fact, we have a couple of weather warnings in force from the Met Office. One for strong winds, that expires around midnight, and another for heavy rain, which will take us into tomorrow morning. So this is a setup, deep area of low pressure, giving those wet and windy conditions. Thankfully, that will gradually clear away eastwards through the next 24 to 48 hours, and behind it, high pressure will build. So at least for a few days, things do look quite a lot quieter. But for now, wet and windy out there. As I said, those weather warnings very much in force. The rain heavy and persistent for a time, but gradually working its way eastwards through the night. By dawn though, still a lot of cloud on the scene, still some blustery winds and still some outbreaks of rain and drizzle as well. So a rather grey, gloomy, windy start to the day tomorrow, but conditions will tend to improve a little as the day wears on. The last of the rain will clear away. We'll then be left with a scattering of showers, some bright spells for the lucky few. Temperatures similar to today, so up into the mid-teens, but with winds taking a northwesterly turn, it will feel quite a bit fresher. Hello again. Well, things are certainly looking pretty autumnal out there at the moment. We do still have a couple of weather warnings in force as well. One for strong winds taking us through to around midnight, another for heavy rain which will carry us through tonight and into tomorrow morning. All down to this deep area of low pressure gradually working its way eastwards. It will clear, however, through the next day or so, and behind it high pressure will start to build. So through the middle part of the week certainly things look fairly quiet. But out there at the moment, wet and windy. The rain persistent and heavy for a time overnight. A good few hours of steady rain across the region, and those blustery winds not really helping with the scenes. Temperature-wise, it will be mild, of course, with the cloud, the rain and the wind, and for most of us, probably staying in double figures. So tomorrow morning, not the best of starts. Wet and windy for many of us initially. The rain soon clearing away northwards, but we'll hold on to those brisk winds. Into the afternoon, those winds starting to ease down just a touch, but they will be coming in from more of a northwesterly direction. That will have a knock-on effect on the temperatures. On the face of it, similar to today, but feeling much fresher. And even with the rain clearing, a few showers tucking in behind. Take very good care. Bye-bye.